Run by Rocco.
Our next guest is on his way to the championship game in the My Team Unlimited tournament. Ty Debo, welcome to 2K TV once again.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
All right, so last year you lost to Ginsanity. You come back with determination. You're a favorite in this tournament, and you had one tough road. Not only did you have to go through fierce competitors, but you had to go through people like defense to offense and even facing last year's champion, Jomar. So what was your feeling on this tournament as you were going?
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown. And we've got time.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Kyrie Irving. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Now Morris following Durant's three-point attempt. Morris passes to Caldwell Pope. Feeds to Gasol. 6 to shoot. It's good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Marc Gasol baited him into that one. You don't have to be a great athlete to live at the line.
It's his first trip to the line. Gasol drops 2. Here is Harden. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Outside Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
A graceful athlete in his prime of his career. Durant with great body control through contact.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris has got the ball. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. This time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Al Gasol following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Caldwell Pope finds Schroeder. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple.
Shooting confidently from long range. Schroeder with a great balance on that shot.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Kicks it out to LeBron. Back to Gasol. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Gasol's got 6.
And that's a nice pass. The patience of LeBron to let the play develop.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to KD. Here's Jordan. Rebound the Lakers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And a lot of that.
Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
KD with the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
And that one is good. 8 points for him.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
LeBron outside. Goes up on the block. Yep, it counts.
The quick first step of James, along with his power, that's the difference on the drive.
Nets trail by 5. Passes it to Jordan. On the wing, Irving. Three-pointer. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's James. He's
A competitor in everything he does. LeBron with a strong finish.
Harden outside. And there's the pass to Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When Durant gets inside, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score or get fouled.
And so Durant nails them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Lakers ahead, up by 5. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Now here's Durant. 10 points for him. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
We start to talk about all the things Durant can do, but scoring's still what he does best. What a night.
James in the post. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kevin Durant. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Count the basket.
The wiry strength of Kevin Durant enabling him to guide it home.
Here's Caruso. He's covered by Shamet. Harrell. And Harrell slams it down hard.
Woo! Big man. Love when Harrell takes off like this to drop the hammer.
Here's Llewellyn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Outside Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He gets that one.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
James looking around. Here's Harrell. Brooklyn with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
It's good. And the Lakers lead by 1.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here is Durant. 20 points for him. Green, and Green is right there. Green's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
James, the pass to Harrell. Misses the layup.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
It's good. Now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here's Caruso. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Kuzma. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. KD drives in. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Here's Harrell, and he uses the glass on the layup.
He's a power player with great body control. Harrell easily fights through contact.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 3-point game. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
James finds Harrell. Back to LeBron. Pass to Horton Tucker. And a wide open look for James. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Harrell. And it's Shamet with the rebound. Right side, Kevin Durant. That one good for 2.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 26. And that's all we have for...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the 3.
Typically playing the role of catalyst. This time, Schroeder's the one who gets set up.
Caldwell Pope against Irving. Morris with the block. Here's James, and James throws it down hard.
Somebody's got to rotate over, but who wants to step in front of LeBron?
Tipped away. Morris against Durant. Caldwell Pope up top. Back to Morris. Pass to Schroeder. 4 on the shot clock for the tie. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Gasol's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Gasol's gotten 3 of his 5 shots to go here. Harden with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. No good from Irving.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James James Harden is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Schroeder, right side. James with it. 10 points for him. To the inside. And it's blocked by Jordan. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
To the middle. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Inside, here's Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got 10 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Irving, an easy 2 points on the layup. And the Nets lead by 3.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists in the game. Now Harden, 6 points for him. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Green kicks to Irving. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. And then for Brooklyn, Bruce Brown. He's checked in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden.
Teams try to play Kuzma physical, but he has the strength to power right through contact.
Irving passes to Shamet. Irving with a clean look. Here's Jordan, the kick out to Irving. And good that time. 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harrell the pass to Horton Tucker. That one goes in.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
For Los Angeles, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. Nets lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in. KD looking around. Shot clock at 6.
Down the stretch. This is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Lakers trail by 6. Passes to Horton Tucker. In the corner, it's James. Here's Horton Tucker. Kuzma outside. He feeds it to Harrell. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Brown. KD's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Out to Kuzma. Out left to the wing. A three-pointer, no good. Nets shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. And then Durant with the jam.
He loves to fire up his team with the big finish. KD rocking the rim.
Here's Kuzma. And the 3 off target. Brooklyn leading by 10. Durant, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Harden scanning the floor. KD on the wing. Five to shoot. Kicks it out to Harden. Tips it up, and James pulls it down. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Harrell. Rebounded by the Nets. Luwamu's got 5 rebounds tonight. Back to Harden. The pass to Durant. Time running out for the Lakers. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
What's so impressive, the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads.
Harden outside. Green left side. It's Durant on the wing. Green breaking loose. LA's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. And finished off by LeBron.
When you need a big score, you want LeBron to at least touch the ball, and this is why.
Down low. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Kuzma passes to Harrell. To the right side. Here's Kuzma. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Horton Tucker. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
And here's Harden for 3. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're up by 2. 52 seconds left in the game. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David. Harden kicks to Harris. Pass to Harden. Back to Harris. To the paint. The kick out to Irving. Shoots from the elbow. It's good.
We'll credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback.
Look at that!
I'm leaving. I'm gone.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
First two games against Brian for 3, and then Chris, they were closer. Obviously, as the final scores don't indicate them.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before. And with
Kevin, thanks very much.
all right, David, thank you. And the Clippers starting 5. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for Brooklyn, they've got Kyrie Irving. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the 5. Here's George, and stolen by Jordan. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And KD the bucket on the assist by Harden. Durant's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Nets. Now, here is George. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Now, here's Leonard following the shot by Kevin Durant. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league, active on the offensive glass there.
It's Durant on the wing. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And then Durant with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here is Ibaka. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Stolen by Beverly.
That's just phenomenal defense. The defense feels like it's all over the place and knows exactly how to guard it.
And that one's good, George.
Yeah, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Jordan against Ibaka. A wide open look for Durant. That shot missing. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good. Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot!
Here's Leonard. The shot from the low post is good.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
On the wing, Harris. Back to Irving. 1:43 left to play in the first quarter. The 7-footer falls.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Leonard attacking. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, you have to love the patience by Kawhi right there. Use the pick-and-roll game to perfection.
Irving for three. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
Durant down low. Defended by Batum. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And that one's good, Leonard. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Harden outside. Outside for Durant. Floats one up. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got his second bucket tonight.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Now Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Drops in the layup for 2.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Harden. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Batum with the 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, you're allowing DeAndre Jordan to get comfortable. This guy is so efficient as a scorer.
Here's Williams. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And it's Jordan to top the key. Back to Brown. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Brown's got his first points in this one. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Williams. 14 points from him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Down low. Here's Zubats. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Misses off the left iron. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Green kicks to Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Luwawu. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Zubats the pass to Williams. Misses the 3. Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to Luwawu. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
So for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Harden in for Landry Shamet. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
With his length and his size, how easy does KD make that dunk look?
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats. And so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Irving's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard's checked in. Durant against Morris. That shot off. Clippers trail by 4. And George kicks to Williams. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. The kick out to Williams. Tries yet again. Outside, George. The pass to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. That's good for George on the assist by Williams. George has got 7 points.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Irving, good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Williams looking around. Outside, George. Back to Williams. Shoots from the high post, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the night. 58 seconds left to play here in the half. Harden outside. Passes it to KD. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
And a deep three from Irving. Off target from outside. The Clippers in the lead. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. George dishes to Morris. Back to George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
Brown outside. On the wing, Irving. No good, unable to end this run. Outside, Leonard. Some solid defense from Brown. Doesn't go for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 2nd half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and Kenny. And it's just about time now for the 3rd quarter.
We've got 2nd half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's KD in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Jordan.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Leonard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Jackson looking around. Out to Ibaka for three. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trail by 4. Here's KD. Off target at the rim. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Leonard. Yep, that one goes. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up. So it'll be DeAndre Jordan shooting. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind and the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Batum passes to Kennard. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Now here's Batum. He's covered by Shamet. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, how about the frame and the concentration of Serge Ibaka? What an interior finish that was.
Jordan up top. Harris dishes to Irving. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shoots the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Beverly. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And it's in there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Irving surveying the floor. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
The Nets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
So smooth with the shot mechanics. Joe Harris, what a pretty jumper.
Clippers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Outside Jackson. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
On the wing, Harris. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
One thing I love about Joe Harris, he has now become confident in catch-and-shoot situations. He wants to be assertive.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Kennard with the ball. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Fires for 3. Batum grabs the miss. Beverly for 3. No good. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Clippers lead by 8. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Williams at the point guard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
The three from Harden. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Williams kicks to Leonard. In the corner, it's Morris. His three-pointers off the mark. Nets trail by 8. Here's Green, kicks it out to Harden. Brown outside. Harris outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's KD. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Kevin Durant on a prototypical KD roll. My man is going.
Williams finds Zubac. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And that one's good. Durant.
How about the ability to slice through the defense, muscle through the shot? KD, go ahead, sir.
Brown against Williams. Outside, George. Pass to Morris. Leonard inside. KD's on him. And it goes down 2 points. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the Clippers call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Back to KD. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Irving. And foul on the shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
The thing that maybe puts me in awe more than any other skill is the way Kyrie Irving can change gears. This guy has a variety of ways to attack and keep defenses off balance.
Williams in the post, guarded by Harden. Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. On the wing, Harris. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, with his combination of length and timing and athleticism, Kevin Durant is eating the glass right now.
Harden against Williams. Right side, Leonard. Outside for George. And George with the stuff.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Outside Irving. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Well, Mr. Harris in the clutch. Welcome to the show.
Outside Williams. And the pass to Zubac. Outside for George. It's not going to go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5.
I think Kevin Durant has proven he's all about winning. He's going to do whatever it takes. This guy is a gamer. He can meet the biggest moments, and he's willing to grind. I just love watching this guy go.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. George up top, covered by Irving. And contact on the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
A 3. Poked away. And even 3-on-3 break. For 3, Harris. They get the rebound. From deep. Laces one from 3.
Joe Harris has zero doubt about his ability to knock down range shots. How pretty is that?
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
All right, joining us now is Splash, raining threes everywhere. Ty, here's your competitor in the championship.
Yes, sir. Ty told you meet me at the top, baby.
Hey, man, let's get it, man.
So the first big question I have to ask both of you, and I'll start with you, Ty. Who's the bigger trash talker between you two? Because I know you guys have faced.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the five. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. Batum, good. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. Now the Clippers with it. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of throwing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they performed. And it paid off.
Here's LeBron. Here's Caldwell Pope. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contributions. That is the savvy of LeBron on display. Doesn't just convert, but draws the foul and has the chance to tack another one on his point total.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Batum finds Ibaka, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Schroeder surveying the floor. Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And George gets it to go.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Morris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Leonard. Averaging around 26 points per, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is. And he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night. He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
That one good for 2.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
And here is Williams. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. George with the bucket. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. And last game, their bench came alive.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
LeBron passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it down hard.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
And so here are the Clippers following the bucket by the Lakers. Nobody near Williams. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Caldwell Pope and the rejection by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
And it's Harrell missing. Clippers have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And one on Caldwell Pope.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
James against George. Feeds it to Harrell. 9 feet out, and it's good off the glass. Harrell's got 8.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Lakers lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in... Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamanos. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
So for the Clippers right now, Luke Kennard out there with Marcus Morris. And there's Jackson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Here's Horton Tucker. Outside Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the left wing. Latrey. No good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Here's Caruso, defended by Beverly. Pass to Horton Tucker. Now here's Kuzma. Pass to Gasol. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Back to Kennard. Good on the triple. Kennard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And again, no good by the Lakers.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And close. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Harold drives in. Here's Caruso, covered by Morris. Outside for Gasol. Harold, the pass to Horton Tucker. That one off the back iron and out. And it's the Clippers ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. And the wide open shot from Morris. Second shot opportunity. Now here's Batum. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, I like the aggression from Batum, getting in there and forcing the defense's hand.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Clippers.
Schroeder against Williams. From deep, George. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Leonard brings the double team and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Clippers now. On offense, here are the Clippers. They've got a 13-2 run going. George looking over the floor. Dishes it to Batum. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's Schroeder. Excellent D there from Williams. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Ibaka. Another shot. He feeds it to Batum. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. That's tipped. Here's Morris. Count that bucket. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
And so it's the Los Angeles.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period. And that's all we have.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Lakers right now, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marquise Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. To the middle. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Marc Gasol.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Inside. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 5th assist in this one. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Schroeder. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Morris passes to Schroeder. Out to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Gasol. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 10 in the bucket there from Schroeder.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And George, here we go. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. It's Jackson with the drive. The shot misses. Lakers trail by 10. Out of hand on it, and he gets it back. And he trims the lead to single digits. Caldwell Pope's got 6. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Morris kicks to Williams. There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. Basket good. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Man, he's excellent off that pick and roll. A dynamic score. Defensively, you got to play Williams to score the ball in that situation.
Here's Horton Tucker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Williams with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. A rebound by the Lakers.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Clippers leading by 8. Now Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And good that time. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Passes it to Morris. Beyond the arc. And that one is off. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a... And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Lakers trail by 7. So for the Clippers right now, Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Gasol.
Such a clever offensive player. Gasol is especially crafty at finding ways to draw contact while shooting.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
And it's good for 2. Beverly's got his first points of the night.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Morris. Outside, George. The feed now to Leonard. Down low, here's Ibaka. It's good. And it's 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Shooter passes to Gasol. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers leading by 8. Here's George. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Schroeder finds Gasol. Got loose. Stolen by Beverly. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And, you know, Beverly made his name with his defense. I mean, a clever player uses his quick hands to steal the rock. He also is physical and disruptive.
And the dunk by James.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
To the paint. To the inside. Here's Morris. Gasol trying to free himself up. Morris, no good.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Rejected by Gasol.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Shot clock at 6. George with no one around. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
James outside. There's 1:47 left in the 4th quarter. Out to Morris. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Leonard. Craig, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now can exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deals, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's Matthews with the jam.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
On the wing, Morris. The three. Again, the miss by Morris. From deep three-point range, off target. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
See what that Hondo is all about.
That's the match made in heaven for everybody in the comp community. My team, Pro-Am, like, they hear Ty's name from my team and my name just sparking around, like, let's see who's better when the money's on the line. That's what everybody wants to see. So I think this is going to help the community grow in the best way possible.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. G8.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for Brooklyn, they've got Kyrie Irving. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the point. Now, here is Morris. Caldwell Pope right side. Here's Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. And here is Los Angeles now. Schroeder kicks to Morris. 5 to shoot. Schroeder against Harden. And yes, it's good. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year? We're mid-season.
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP to start the season. You know,
Yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. Here is Harden after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. The wide open look for Durant. That shot off, and the Lakers take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup. I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Lakers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Now here's Harden. They just worked San Antonio in that last game. Looking to end the run. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
The shiftiness of Kyrie earns him a trip to the stripe.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and it's in there.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. For that time working inside.
Now, here is Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. KD, that's for two. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
LeBron with him. He's picked up by Jordan. To the paint. Here's Gasol. Jordan with the rebound.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Schroeder. Back to James. Passes it to Gasol. Back to LeBron, and finished off by LeBron.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
Harden outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision-making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
And a new group in for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Now, here's Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Durant, that's good.
Could have easily been an and one. Durant finishing through the bump.
Lakers leading by 5. Stolen by Durant. We've got 1:18 left in the first. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. To the middle. And that one's good, Caruso.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first. Brown kicks to Shamet. And foul on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Pass to Kuzma. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harrell, the pass to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
I'm not surprised to see Kuzma throw it down. He's got the length and leaping ability to do so.
Here's Luwawu. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Lakers lead. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position. Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. Inside. Caruso, no good. Nets trail by 3. Green inside, working on James. Basket counts. Green's got his first points in this one.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Pass to Horton Tucker. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Beautiful ball movement. Draw and kick. The defense can't catch up.
Outside, KD. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Attacking in the painted area. I like this approach. It's where DeAndre's at his best.
Lakers leading by 3. Schroeder looking around. Down low. It's stolen by Brown. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court. Finishes the job.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. So for the Nets, Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot, and it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. And the Lakers also making a change. Morris is checked in. Harden dishes to Green. Caldwell-Pope against Irving. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Irving. He's got 6. Pocket 6. To the inside.
What drive by Gasol on defense, using his gigantic body to annoy shooters the best he can.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 1. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
James finds Gasol. Lakers passing it around. Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Gasol is just a big boy in the paint. There's not much you can do outside of fouling him when he has the ball in a good spot.
Lakers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. And the Lakers also making a change. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. Now the pass to Harden. Inside, here's Jordan. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Way too much defensive pressure for him to get up a clean look.
The rebound by Harden.
The defender didn't block that dunk, but he changed it, and that's as good as a block.
Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Gasol dishes to Morris. Gasol kicks to Kuzma. Out to the right wing. Schroeder finds Gasol. Now Kuzma, guarded by Harris. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Los Angeles shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Durant, that's good.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. Gets it off. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did give up a couple bad... And that wraps up the halftime show. 3rd quarter.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Harden out there with Irving, and it's Durant, then it's Jordan, and it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Terrific play call, and that's where you want to see Marc Gasol. He can use his combination of skill and size.
Back to KD. Good work defensively by Morris.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Harden against Schroeder. Harden's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
They now take the lead. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Harris's shot is good.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Schroeder against Jordan. Here's Gasol, and Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
Luwawu is checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Irving. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Right at the free throw line, tips it, and there's Jordan, putting it right back in. Jordan's got 8 points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Here's Harrell. The putback, and Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got it all tied up now for the Lakers.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Harden the pass to Durant. 1:56 left in the third. It's stolen by Schroeder. Harrell with it. He's picked up by KD. Here's Caldwell Pope. Buries it down low. Caldwell Pope's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Durant in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Flattening the watery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. Now here's Johnson. Pass to Robertson. Back to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And that one, good. And the Nets lead by 1. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Pass to Kuzma. Plays it up and banks it in.
And that's a nice pass. The patience of LeBron to let the play develop.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
A steal, and it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caruso. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Johnson with it. Pass to Green. Claxton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
But not every point guard can give you that, the ability to finish with that level of authority.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Lakers ahead, leading by 3. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. Then there's Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Irving. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Morris. Irving looking for an opening. Five on the clock. Off the left rim and out.
Great position down low. He had more time to get that shot off than I think he realized.
And Harrell slams it in.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Irving passes to Green. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Los Angeles leading by 3. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Yep, that one goes in there.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Outside Irving. From 13, Shamet on the wing. From deep. Rebound by Harrell. The Lakers shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. It's stolen by Harris. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Durant comes in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Landry Shamet. And then for Los Angeles, Marc Gasol's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Caldwell Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso.
I'll tell you what, Durant takes a lot of contact inside. Defenders try to muscle him, but it doesn't matter.
Schroeder passes to Morris. Nails the baby hook. And the Lakers lead by 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And a wide open look for Irving. Kept alive. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
Harden against Schroeder. He kicks it to Gasol. Now Caldwell Pope. To the middle. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
Big possession. Good idea to get the ball into the hands of Marc Gasol.
Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
The confidence of Kevin Durant on display, especially when the game tightens up.
Schroeder outside. To the paint. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Outside Irving. Off target with his 3. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 5-point game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Harden's shot is good.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Schroeder against Harden. Morris, no good.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Harris outside to tie it up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Back to Morris.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
The Nets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's the pass to Harris. Outside Irving. And Harden now, top of the key, to the inside. Gasol with the steal. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Here's Horton Tucker. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Harris. Jordan's shot is off.
Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
And Frank Vogel wants a timeout. What do you think, guys?
And the game pretty much over. Curious timeout here.
In my opinion, I think they're looking to make a substitution. But let's see out of the timeout.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Dennis Schroeder.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. Los Angeles. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Here's George. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Durant in the corner. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
And he gets the bucket.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up, and his team is doing the same.
Harden surveying the D. On the wing, Harris. Passes it to KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, maybe not the highest of flyers, Durant, but because of his reach, it's so easy for him to win above the rim.
Beverly with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Beverly the pass to George. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And then Durant with the jam.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Beverly. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's George. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Outside, Batum. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Batum.
Well, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
And there's the pass to Harden. Back to Irving. Pass to Harden. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Jordan trying to free himself up. And he gets it to go.
He's firing on all cylinders. Has to be happy with his 4 of 5 shooting from the field so far.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot.
And right now for the Nets, gotta be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
For the Clippers, Morris is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Now here's Williams. Last time out, he had 14 points. Shoots over Shamet. Williams can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
pass to Shamet. Back to Green. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Green. Clock at 4. Here's Shamet. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Brown against Jackson. Green deciding where to go with it. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Well, so much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Williams kicks to Morris. Inside. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And the rejection by Zubac. Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there. Brown against Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Brooklyn with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Ibaka, wide open, he fires. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Durant, wide open, he fires. And the Nets miss again. The Clippers trail. And Ibaka slams it in.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them. They're making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
George looking around. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Ibaka, nobody near George. It's hauled in by Harris.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green, no luck. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Harden the pass to Harris to stop the run. The Clippers grab the miss. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, you could see.
Well, elite scoring ability of Kevin Durant. When he's in a groove like this, every opportunity when he has the ball feels like a good one.
Here's George. Sinks that one from the post. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. The Nets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Harris outside. Just 3 to shoot. Launches a 3. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Harris. KD's got 7 now in this quarter.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Outside, George. There's the triple. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, that three-pointer's got to fire up George and the entire team.
On the wing, Harris. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. It's stolen by Ibaka. And so it's the Los Angeles.
Hey, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points and 1 assist. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 2. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And so how is it that you avoid fouling Durant? I'm not sure. The guy has so many tools in the toolbox.
And so Durant nails them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And here's Beverly. Passes to Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the triple. Leonard's got 5.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
In the corner, Harden over Beverly. Irving against George. Here's Harden. Irving kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Harris outside. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harris, no good.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Williams kicks to Leonard. And the pass to Zubac. And here's Kennard. Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
It's remarkable what he's able to do. Leonard, with a guy draped all over him, still able to convert.
For 3, Durant. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Williams up on top, guarded by Harden. Zubac kicks to Williams. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does just because you're on your heels most of the time.
Pass to Harris. Leonard with the steal. And now here comes Williams leading the break. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard. Leonard attacking. That one goes in. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And that one, good.
He's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
Here's Johnson. No good on that one. Good D by Williams. Right side, Jackson. Zubac, the pass to Jackson. A 3-ball. They get it back. Takes it out to Leonard. Second chance shot. Zubac trying to break loose. And Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
On the wing, Brown. Back to Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Left side, Brown. Unloads. Robertson can't hit. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And they go to the intentional foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Irving's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's James Harden in for Brown. Leonard dishes to Batum. He kicks to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Leonard. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
It's Durant on the wing. And then Durant with the jam.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Passes it to Leonard. Beverly deciding where to go with it. The feed to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and it's blocked by Jordan.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
Nets trail by 16. Harden the pass to Irving. Out to Harris. Nets passing it around. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And it looks like, yep, it's the coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
Paul George at the line for 2.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so he hits both. Nets trail by 18. Now here's Harden. KD drives in. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
George against Irving. George passes to Batum. On its way from Ibaka for 2. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Harden's shot is good.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's George, and it's blocked by Jordan. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's KD. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one. George with the ball. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And it's George finishing it off.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
George against Irving. Count it. Good.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Nets trail by 12. Here's KD, and then Durant with the dunk.
Anticipating the contact there and toughness through that play, Durant is not afraid to attack the defense.
And Leonard has it in the corner. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
KD on the wing. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Los Angeles leading by 12.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Los Angeles.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kawhi Leonard.
And, guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends. I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And he feeds it to Harden. Stolen by Beverly. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really...
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.